Halloween, a night filled with supernatural images and thrilling adventures. On this night, the spirits of the past seem to cross the boundary between the living world and return to us. But have you ever wondered why? What turned Halloween into a celebration full of eerie and mystical symbols? The origins of Halloween trace back to an ancient Celtic festival called Samhain, pronounced Samhain. Samhain marked the transition from the harvest season to the cold and dark winter. The Celts, who lived in the areas now known as Ireland, England, and northern France, believed that on the night of October 31st, the boundary between the living world and the dead became blurred. This was a time when the spirits of the dead could return to the earthly realm. Huge bonfires were lit throughout villages to protect the people from evil spirits. To avoid being harassed by wandering souls, they wore special costumes, donned animal skin masks, or dressed up as demons. They believed that by blending in with the crowd of spirits and creatures, they wouldn't be recognized or harmed. Samhain wasn't just a time to ward off evil forces, but also an opportunity for the Celts to honor their ancestors. They believed that ancestral spirits would bring good fortune and protection to their families for the coming year. To show gratitude, people would place food and offerings at their doorsteps as a tribute to the spirits. The night of Samhain was also when witches and druids would foretell the future. They used fire, smoke, and magical rituals to predict the weather and the fate of the tribe for the coming year. In the 1st century AD, the Roman Empire conquered the lands of the Celts. Like every other civilization, the Romans brought their own festivals. One of these was Feralia, celebrated at the end of October to honor the spirits of the dead. Alongside Feralia, the Romans also celebrated the Festival of Pomona, a day to honor the goddess of fruit and trees. Pomona was symbolized by the apple, which is why the game of bobbing for apples became a part of modern Halloween traditions. In the 8th century, as Christianity spread across Europe, Pope Gregory III decided to merge pagan festivals with Christian practices. He declared November 1st as All Saints' Day, a day to honor all saints who had passed. The night before All Saints' Day, October 31st, was called All Hallows' Eve, which later became shortened to Halloween. This is how a pagan festival became part of Christian tradition. Halloween entered a new phase when Irish and Scottish immigrants brought their traditions to America in the 19th century. After the devastating potato famine in Ireland in the 1840s, a large wave of immigrants carried with them their traditional Halloween customs, including carving jack-o'-lanterns. However, in America, immigrants discovered that pumpkins, a common and much easier fruit to carve than turnips, became the new symbol of Halloween. And that's how the iconic jack-o'-lantern pumpkins came to be. By the 1920s and 1930s, Halloween had become an essential part of American culture. The tradition of trick-or-treating started gaining popularity in neighborhoods. Children dressed up as ghosts, witches, and scary creatures, going door to door asking for candy. Trick-or-treating was truly a way for Americans to connect with one another during the holiday, instead of malicious pranks or vandalism. Exchanging candy fostered a friendly and united atmosphere in communities. Today, millions of children and adults across the U.S. look forward to Halloween night to dress up and go trick-or-treating. Halloween underwent a major transformation in the 20th century. With the growth of the American economy, it became a highly commercialized holiday. Industries like costumes, candy, and decorations quickly recognized the enormous potential of this celebration. From the 1950s onward, Halloween was no longer just for kids. Adults began participating in costume parties, and Halloween became a major cultural event. More elaborate and creative costumes emerged, with Halloween-related sales reaching billions of dollars each year. Although Halloween has Western origins, it has become a popular holiday worldwide. In Japan, Halloween isn't religious but is still a time for vibrant costume parties. In Mexico, Halloween blends with the Dia de los Muertos festival, where people honor and remember the deceased. The Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, carries a profound meaning about life and death. It's a time for families to remember their ancestors and welcome their spirits back to this world. Halloween is not just a holiday. It has become a significant part of pop culture, especially in horror films. Since the 1970s, classic movies like John Carpenter's Halloween have immortalized the holiday, with the character Michael Myers becoming an iconic symbol of Halloween. It's not just horror movies. Halloween also appears in TV shows for both kids and adults, from fun animated specials to spooky stories. This has helped Halloween become an essential part of global entertainment. From the ancient Celtic rituals to its explosion in pop culture, Halloween has evolved and changed over thousands of years. But whether you're holding a piece of candy or a creepy mask, remember that Halloween always carries a connection between the world of the living and the dead, between joy and fear.